Hello, Yankees universe, and welcome back to your go-to channel, New York Yankees News Network. Today, we have 3 jam-packed updates about our Bronx Bombers that just hit the headlines a few hours ago. We are talking about major roster moves, huge contract offers, and some bullets dodged regarding former players. So if you are a true Yankees fan, you do not want to miss these updates. And yes, before we start the video, I request that if you are new to the channel, then do not forget to like and subscribe so that you can stay in the loop with everything happening in the Bronx. So let's dive into today's first big headlines. Date 1. Brian Cashman strikes deal for lefty fireballer. Is this the rotation savior we need? All right, let's dive right into the biggest breaking news of the day. It looks like the Yankees front office has finally made a move to shore up the rotation, and it is a trade that came seemingly out of nowhere. Just a few hours ago, it was announced that the New York Yankees have acquired left-handed starting pitcher Ryan Weathers from the Miami Marlins. Now, this is a significant move, especially considering the current state of our pitching staff. To get Weathers, the Yankees sent a package of 4 minor league prospects down to Miami. Outfielders Dylan Lewis and Brendan Jones, and infielders Dylan Jasso and Juan Mateus. Now, let's break down why this deal happened and what it means for us. As many of you know, our rotation is facing a scary start to the 2026 season. We already know that our ace, Garrett Cole, and the lefty Carlos Rodon are expected to open the season on the injured list. On top of that, Clark Schmidt could miss the entire year following his Tommy John procedure last July. That leaves some massive holes to fill. Ryan Weathers is a 26-year-old lefty who brings some serious intrigue. If the name sounds familiar, it is because he is the son of longtime big leaguer David Weathers, who, coincidentally, was traded from the Marlins to the Yankees back at the 1996 deadline. It is almost poetic that 30 years later, his son is making the same move to the Bronx. So, what are we getting in Ryan Weathers? The kid has electric stuff. He has pushed his average fastball into the 96 to 97 miles per hour range. He pairs that heat with a sweeper and a changeup that can genuinely miss bats. Last season, despite some injury hiccups, he turned in a 3.74 earned run average with a solid 22% strikeout rate and a lower than average 6.8% walk percentage. However, there is a catch, and it is the health factor. Weathers has struggled to stay on the mound consistently. In 2024, a strained index finger cost him 3 months. Then last year, he missed the first 6 weeks with a forearm strain during spring training, and later went down with a lat strain that knocked him out until September. Over the past 2 years, he's been limited to just 24 starts and 125 innings. But here is why this is a smart gamble for general manager Brian Cashman. Weathers settled on a $1.35 million salary last week with Miami. Because the Yankees are currently in the 3rd tier of luxury tax penalization, taxed at a 95% rate, adding a low-cost arm like this is crucial. The tax hit is only roughly $1.3 million. Plus, Weathers has 1 minor league option remaining, giving Aaron Boone some much-needed roster flexibility. If Weathers can get through spring training healthy, he is projected to slot right into the rotation alongside Will Warren and Luis Gil, likely as our 3rd, 4th, or 5th starter behind Max Fried and Cam Schlittler, while we wait for Cole and Rodon to return. Now, let's talk about who we gave up. The headliner in the return for Miami is Dylan Lewis. He is a 22-year-old outfielder we drafted in the 13th round in 2024 out of Queens University of Charlotte. Scouts have been raving about his exit velocities and raw power upside in his 6'3" frame. He slashed .237, .321, .445 with 22 home runs and 26 stolen bases in the low minors last year. However, he did strike out at a 23.5% rate, which is a bit high for a college guy in high A. We also sent over Brendan Jones, another speedy outfielder who stole 51 bases last year, along with corner infielder Dylan Jasso and utility man Juan Mateus. While it is always tough to see prospects go, none of these guys were ranked in the top 10 of our system on Major League Baseball pipeline. Essentially, the Yankees traded some lottery ticket prospects for a guy with legitimate mid-rotation potential who can help us survive the early months of the season. If Weathers stays healthy, his 97-mile-per-hour fastball from the left side could be a massive weapon at Yankee Stadium. So, Yankees fans, what do you think? Is Ryan Weathers the answer to our early season rotation prayers, or are you worried about his injury history? Update 2. The $30 million standoff, Cashman's final offer to Bellinger revealed? All right, moving on to our second major update. And this one is a massive development in the Cody Bellinger sweepstakes. If you have been waiting for the Yankees to make a splash in the outfield market, you need to hear the details of the contract currently sitting on the table. We have learned that the Yankees have officially put a 5-year offer on the table for the former most valuable player. And we are not talking about small change here. Reports indicate that this deal carries an average annual value of over $30 million. Specifically, it is being described as a true $31 to $32 million average because it does not include any deferred money. That means the Yankees are willing to pay him up front and pay him big. But here is where things get really interesting. According to Brendan Kuty of The Athletic, the Yankees are now willing to discuss including opt-out clauses in the deal. This is a huge shift in strategy. John Heyman of the New York Post has also suggested that some kind of opt-out is a possibility. Essentially, the Yankees are trying to sweeten a shorter-term deal by giving Bellinger the chance to hit free agency again if he performs well, just like he did with his last contract. So why hasn't he signed yet? The stumbling block, as it often is with agent Scott Boras, is the length of the contract. Bellinger's camp is reportedly holding out for a 7-year guarantee. They are looking for that long-term security that takes him deep into his 30s. However, the Yankees are hesitant to go that long. Bellinger is entering his age 30 season. He actually turns 31 in July. The front office is looking at the market trends. For example, Alex Bregman just rejected a 6-year offer to take a 5-year deal that runs through his age 36 season. The Yankees seem to view a 5-year deal as the sweet spot, similar to the contract Kyle Schwarber just signed. Buster Olney from ESPN reported that the Yankees are preparing for the possibility that Bellinger could head elsewhere if another team offers that 6th or 7th year. But right now, with an offer of over $150 million total over 5 years, plus the potential for opt-outs, the Yankees are making a very serious competitive pitch. This feels like a classic staring contest. The Yankees are saying, here is high annual value and flexibility with opt-outs, while Boras is saying, we want 7 years or nothing. So, Yankees universe, I have to ask you, should Brian Cashman cave and give Bellinger the 7 years to get this done? Or is a 5-year deal with high money the smart limit for a player with his injury history? Let me know in the comments because this one could go down to the wire. Update 3. Bullets dodged or opportunity missed. The Diamondbacks end. 2 major Yankees storylines. And finally, for our third and final update of the day, we turn our eyes to the desert, where the Arizona Diamondbacks have officially buried 2 lingering Yankees offseason storylines once and for all. If you have been following the rumors this winter, you know there were 2 names constantly floating around the periphery of Yankees conversations: former reliever Jonathan Loáisiga and third baseman Nolan Arenado. Well, as of a few hours ago, both are now members of the Arizona Diamondbacks. First, let's talk about Johnny Loáisiga. There was a genuine fear among a large section of the fan base that Brian Cashman might try to reunite with Loáisiga on a cheap deal. We all remember the talent, but we also remember the heartbreak. This man pitched a total of just 20 games for the Yankees across the 2023 and 2024 seasons combined. Yet last offseason, the front office still offered him $5 million, which led to some of the worst work of his career before the team finally declined his option for 2026. Thankfully, the Diamondbacks stepped in to end the discussion. They have signed Loáisiga to a minor league contract with an invitation to spring training. For Yankees fans, this is a sigh of relief. We can officially close the book on that chapter and focus on finding reliable bullpen arms rather than hoping for a bounce back from a guy who has unfortunately let us down with health issues far too many times. But the bigger shocker came minutes later. The Diamondbacks acquired 8-time All-Star third baseman Nolan Arenado from the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, for the last 2 off-seasons, New York was loosely linked to Arenado given our need at third base. But what makes this trade sting, or at least raises some eyebrows, is the price tag. The Diamondbacks gave up just one prospect, their 8th-round selection in the 2025 Major League Baseball draft. But here is the kicker. St. Louis is sending so much cash that Arizona will pay Arenado just $11 million total over the next 2 years. You heard that right, $11 million for 2 years of Nolan Arenado. Now, we know the Yankees have committed to Ryan McMahon at the hot corner, but you have to ask the question, considering we are paying McMahon significant money, would a platoon situation with Arenado for practically pennies have been the smarter move? Whatever the case, the options have narrowed. The fear of a Loáisiga reunion is gone, and the Arenado pipe dream is dead. It is officially Ryan McMahon's show at third base until further notice. So there you have it, Yankees universe, 3 massive updates to digest. We have a new lefty in the rotation with Ryan Weathers, a massive $30 million per year offer sitting on the table for Cody Bellinger, and we have officially avoided the temptation of Jonathan Loáisiga while watching Nolan Arenado head to Arizona for a bargain bin price. I want to hear from you in the comments section below. Question number 1. Do you like the Ryan Weathers trade? Question number 2. Should the Yankees give Bellinger that 7th year to get the deal done? And finally, are you happy we stuck with Ryan McMahon, or should we have jumped on that Nolan Arenado deal for just $11 million? Let your voice be heard. As always, thank you so much for tuning in to the New York Yankees News Network. We work hard to bring you the latest, freshest, and most accurate news about the Pinstripes every single day. If you enjoyed this update, please smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a breaking story. Until next time, let's go Yankees.